And what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. So, we're 2 weeks into this war, pretty much. And what are your thoughts? What do you think of this? What is your opinion? Some people like it, some people don't. A lot of people are saying, well, it's just like the worst war ever. It's like, but we knew it was coming. We knew eventually that the military industrial complex was going to try to feed on the souls of Iran. And Israel, which clearly is always talking about the Greater Israel Project that attacks all of its neighbors, that basically gets all of its weapons from the United States, and whenever it gets in trouble, like runs to its mommy, but has a greater plan, obviously, that they openly talk about, but we don't acknowledge. Well, they have killed like 200,000 Palestinians with U.S. weapons. And we're just supposed to sit here and be like, "Oh, America is so cool! Look what America did. We did good. We did so good. Look at how our bombs fall. I think bombs fall like so good. It's just as a country we're so used to wrapping ourselves around the flag because usually when we wrap ourselves around the flag, there's a good reason because we're actually fighting for something. We're actually fighting for a cause. We're usually fighting because someone pissed us off or ticked us off. But in this case, we're fighting because our supposed ally dropped a dropped bombs on a bunch of another country's leaders because they were meeting for because they were negotiating peace talks, and they dropped a bomb on them. So how does that make sense? Does that make this fight worth it, even though we knew it was coming eventually? That's the question that we have to ask ourselves. But at the same time, don't be bloodthirsty morons. Or though, as an American people, we're so tribal with our politics and with our sports, and usually our release valve is sports. The big grand release valve of the tension in our lives and the stress in our lives is usually sports and or drinking, gambling, whatever. But it's usually we use that as a release valve, and every once in a while we get this we get a righteous war and a righteous fight to basically hang that flag in the window. But lately, because of the Bolsheviks and the universities and so on and so forth, it's been the opposite due to the fact that we have a bunch of people who think that they're so oppressed and need to march in the street and call everyone and everything a dictator just because they don't understand real geopolitical politics and why they're being told this in the first place. And the United States has been dealing with the Bolsheviks since right after World War II. And we need to realize where the Bolsheviks came from. It didn't come from Russia. Russia was just a part of it because the Bolsheviks and the British loaded tons and tons of gold and loaded them on a train and went into Russia, and they picked a fight and they took over the country, and that's when there was the Bolshevik Revolution and the whole like Lenin and Stalin and the murder of basically 60 million people in the camps. But we have to realize that the Bolsheviks did that, whereas the Nazos they killed 6 million people. Well, the Bolsheviks, they killed 60 million people. And the Nazis were a part of World War II, obviously, and they were really bad people. But it the National Communist Party, the National Socialist Party, okay, socialist. Everybody's walking around saying Nazis, but they don't understand that they're basically calling the kettle, Nazu, when they're the ones that are acting like the Nazus. So it's like, stop acting like a Nazu, grow up. But so like usually we are the ones that are justified in a war. But now it's like, can we stomach this? Is this actually a self-righteous war, or is this just a globalist dirty war in the name of another country? Well, in a name of a country that the British Empire created and we are forced to protect, even though they pick fights with their neighbors. And as I said, we give them weapons to go up against their neighbors, to destabilize the entire region, to keep all of the Gulf countries in check for the British Empire. Because Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, all those countries, they were created by Lawrence of Arabia. So they're just like India. India is still basically a British province. And we don't talk about that, but and the British got kicked out of there, but there are still intermarried finger cuffs of the British Empire still in that country. And that's why the president of India, the leader of India, went to Israel and basically kissed the ring, which, whatever. I'm not anti-Israeli or anything. It's just their government is a puppet government of the British banking system. We just have to start calling things like they are. It's like, okay, you work for the British banking system. Just basically say it. You were put there after World War II, and basically a lot of our politicians, they hold dual citizenship to protect the country so that we can keep the Gulf states in check. We can keep Iraq in check. We can keep Syria in check. We can keep all those countries in check in the name of the British banking system that basically runs the petrodollar. It was like, oh, the United States runs the petrodollar, but it's printed in Federal Reserve notes, which is which is a part of the British banking system. So really, the petrodollar is basically the British pound. I know that's hard to stomach, but you might as, it's like the city of London is basically a sovereign country, just like Washington D.C. is a sovereign country, just like the Vatican is its own country. I've been to the Vatican. It's very beautiful. They have a great museum, and they basically show off what they sold. And that's just facts. We have to stop acting like there's nothing wrong. I guess that's my point. And I have the war map. We could pull up the war map, but, Zelda is a lot more fun than the war map, obviously. And cool, let's look at the war map. Yay, look what blew up. Look at all these cool stories. Yay, bombs fell. They killed people. They blew up billions of dollars in infrastructure that everybody's been working so hard to protect. And all the radars wiped out, and that's another $1 billion, and so on and so forth. It's like, cool. Yay. Whee! Look what happened next. What's this? Oh, look at that. No, I'd rather look at Zelda, because Zelda's more little bit more entertaining and more full of nostalgia that actually, makes people happy. This doesn't make people happy. This pisses people off. But you can say that in order to have a Zelda, you have to drop bombs. Because if you don't drop bombs, the boogeyman's going to take Zelda away from you. Which is a good point, because we are so bored and so decadent and so spoiled that we can have games like Zelda. And we can have hot coffee, and we can be nerds, and we can be edgy and play with Pokemon cards and Magic cards and bitch about everything and be bitter and angry. But the only way that you can do that is if this little part of the world is open. This little part of the world is open. You can't make video games. Well, you can, but it's difficult because you need the chips. You need the natural resources. You need the global warming that all these leftos complain about. But in order to protect global warming, you have to blow up oil refineries. You know, there, brother. It's a clown show. It's all it is. And now we're talking about Cuba. We're going to get Cuba now. But that's a good thing too, because they have so many natural resources here. Off the coast of Cuba, they have so much oil. So it's hard to be mad when it's all for you. If you really want it, it's all for you. Are you really having fun? You know what I mean? Are you really having fun? It's all for you. And that's what they say. This is for you. We covered up the Epstein files to protect your 401k because Dow 50,000. The Epstein war has to happen to protect your 401k. It's all for you. It sucks. And now there's FPV drones flying around. Just saw it on my Twitter feed. And the six-fingered man, the person with 6 fingers, and then you look at his mouth. You zoom in on his mouth. His teeth are bouncing everywhere. It's kind of crazy. It's like, is this real? Genocidal war criminal Netanyahu. It's like, did he die? This is certainly not real. This has been ran through AI, and it's a fake video. So do we know? We don't know. We don't know. But this is my X account. Generals, ministers has caused great chaos in Israel right now. Major sirens going off in Israel's compound engulfed in flames. Israel compound is engulfed in flames. This was 21 hours ago. That's what triggered this video. That's what everybody's talking about. That's why the 6-fingered man and his teeth are bouncing around. This is all over the internet right now. This is crazy sauce. So if in fact this is real, which we really don't know, because they're going to protect that. They're going to keep their cards so close to their chest. It's ridiculous. Locations been arrested by a shelter during a missile attack. Last appearance in media. Oh, reports of Indian journalists who had revealed a location. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Woo! Circulating, breaking news. I'm going to save that one for later. I'm going to save that. That's a nugget. Oh, man. Well, this is considered ending the war only when restored Russian damages. Station, yeah. Well, they should. It's so hard. It's to pick a side in this because there's really no winning side. There's really no point in this game other than empire building. At least in Zelda, you're trying to save the princess and get the Triforce. That's actually a goal. That's actually getting stuff done. That's showing up there, brother. That's showing up there to the fight. Old Link gonna get the girl, gonna get that Ganon, and carry on start an amazing video game series. Start an amazing video game series. So we don't know. The truth will set you free. Only if you're told it. And only if you seek it. It's just the way it is. I've only beaten this game twice. It's not one of those games that I pick up and just go out and beat. I do that with Mario. Whenever I play Mario 1, I always try to beat it whenever I play it. I always try to go to level 3 and get all the lives. It makes level 8 so fast, so interesting. But yeah, we don't know, man. This is ever breaking unknowing. And Twitter is an endless rabbit hole, obviously. It's like we don't know. Footage of seen impact on Tel Aviv region. Has ordered government to immediately evacuate, halting all remaining Russian gas exports to Europe. That is crazy. Office of Israeli has missed social media claims. Saudi has been assassinated by Iranian response. Correspondent asked officials their statement. Okay, all you have to do is show them. Come out, wherever you are. You know, he was dead. Media's China and Russia claim some missile struck his home. He has been missing for 5 days. The use of AI identified in this video. Donald Trump's lawyer mentions him yesterday. His war cabinet. Man, it's so crazy. Fairness, I see a footage showing body of Israel. I'm not going to show body. That's one of those things. I don't show anything negative and crazy and things I can't prove. I may talk about things that I don't understand, and then because it's basically how Rogue News puts it. It's like you're reading other people's mail. And I've been doing this. I've been a content creator off and on for the past 10 plus years. So you guys got to be careful what you post, what you talk about. It's the Wild West, you know. The internet is the last bastion of the Wild West. And it's created in the Wild Wild West, in a Hollywood studio Wild Wild West, you know? So you gotta be very careful when you're hunting wasquy wabbits. But if this is true, this war should just be over. It's like, all right, what are we fighting for right now? You know, like why are we talking about sending Americans to die for a country that started this? But as I said before, it is to back the British Empire and empire building and destabilization of the entire world, and to basically chop it up like a steak. And as you know, they do eat people, and they don't value life as much as the average person. But the average person, they don't really value life either. Most of our cell phones are made by, sweatshops and slave labor. Most of our car batteries are made, from like mining in third world countries. Our coffee. So it's like we value life within an arm's length. If life is within arm's length, we value it. If it's hundreds of miles away or staying on a street corner, we roll up our windows and look away. That's a good analogy. We value life within an arm's reach. A lot to think about, people. But if you like this video, like and subscribe. YouTube is constantly censoring. This video will also be on Rumble. You can give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. It's going to be posted on X. I'm trying to come out with a web page. I'm thinking about the name of it, but I don't know. It's going to be alternative news / nerdy stuff, video games, because I also try to stream to let out the pressure valve. I love video games. You gotta let out the pressure valve, folks. And Mario is your savior. Because there will always be a Godzilla in the world. But, you know, the Space Needle's pretty cool. You know. I don't know, man. This is all crazy. This is like one of those weird 80s, 70s soap operas that never ends. Because it's too beautiful. Life is too beautiful for it to end. There's just so much to do, so much to see. Just gotta try to avoid the back streets, you know. You never know if you never go. Hey now, you could be a rock star. Get your game on. Go play. Go play. Go play Zelda. Go have fun. Go dig in the dirt. Go hug somebody that you love. Go climb that tree, that mountain, that hill. Don't let this crap stress you out. But be aware of it. That's the big thing. You gotta be aware of it. Don't put your head in the sand. Because that's boring and you're missing out. And this war will end. Life will go on. And it's just another brick in the wall. Because all it is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo. Radio. All we hear now is Radio Goo Goo. Radio Gaga. Radio. That's all we hear. Because it is just a crappy commercial. You just gotta drink more Ovaltine. He's really, after getting all of that, this dirty monkey. He has the shield, he has the ring, and he has the sword. And he's going at the first level. Well, when this game came out, when Zelda came out, you basically had to read Nintendo Power just to be able to know where all the secret hiding places were, because you didn't have the internet. You just had to read Nintendo Power and get on with your day, man. You know? But this was such a fun game when it came out. Let's just watch it for a little bit. I like to think this streaming channel. Who is it? VT Sunny. Amazing, dude. Thank you so much. You bring in so much joy. These kinds of people bring joy, man, in the world, in the crazy world. You gotta, as I said, you gotta seek out joy. It's just like the movie Scrooge at the end, where he realizes, you know, you gotta go call your grandma. Go call that uncle that you don't know, you know. Where he, at the end, just, you know, he's giving people the stomach, like fuzzy things, whatever you call them. The wet willies of the stomach, like, you know. Because it's true. It's like you have to keep your mind right. And I was watching Tim Pool the other day, and Alex Jones was on there, and he seemed inebriated and stuff, and it was really sad because I listened to him for many years, and he's like him or hate him, he's helped millions of people. He's helped millions of people wake up to the craziness, and has exposed, and he like took $1 billion lawsuit and all this craziness, and basically tore his family apart. And it was hard to see that. But, we all go through our things. That's what friends are for good times, for bad times. But, we also have to take into account that most friendships are transactional. Most people want something from you. And for the most part, if you don't have anything to offer, most of those people are just single serving friends. Just like in Fight Club. Single serving friends. In that case, it was, sitting next to somebody, having small talk and shooting the shit, basically. I basically cussed because this isn't going to be monetized. YouTube's going to bury this, and it's just the way it is. So, open season on curse words a little bit. But so yeah, we it's like the government's transactional. If you don't give them money, they're not going to be your friend. They don't care if you live here. You're just a number. And unfortunately, that's how most people treat other people, just as numbers. Like, all right, cool. What can I get out of Jack? I don't know. I'm going to Jack's son's wrestling match, and we're going to talk business. Yeah, it's like, it's empty. Because in getting off the subject of the whole war thing, find people who make you happy. Find people that aren't transactional. Because there's a lot of people who are stressed out, and there's a lot of people that just need someone to talk to. Because yeah, you can't really change something that's happening 10,000 miles away, but you can be there for people. You can help people out. It's not easy having to deal with other people's crap, It's like I don't like people in general, but I deal with people. I have my handful of friends just like anybody else. But in the big picture, it's like a lot of my exterior friends, they're all transactional. They all want something. And that's cool. Whatever. That's how life is. But I'm just rambling. I'm rambling to facts, though. And this guy is a baller for bringing that sword into level 1. Because I know a lot of kids struggled so many times bringing in like the first sword to try to beat the dragon because they didn't have enough hearts. But you gotta have hearts, man. You gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. But yeah, the war map is the war map. People died. Everything blew up. More stuff's blowing up right now. And enjoy the ride. And don't act like a groupie, because they're not coming back for you. They already took their money. They just want the money, Lebowski. They just want the money. All right, I'm gonna end this video, and I'm gonna make another one because there's some crazy events going on. Next one's gonna be a little short one though, but yeah, maybe Netanyahu has gone to the great cloud in the sky. Seen the spirit in the sky. Spirit in the sky. Maybe he's up to no good, starting trouble in his neighborhood still. He got in a big little fight and he got scared. Now he's running back to see his Big Daddy Trump. But anyway, all right, like and subscribe. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thanks for watching.